Ari Setiadi and Tito Karnavian. The president also sworn in deputy ministers yesterday afternoon.
A total of 56 deputy ministers took their oaths of office before the president at the Merdeka or Presidential Palace. The numbers saw a significant rise compared to Joko Widodo's Indonesia Maju cabinet, as the current administration seeks to provide ministries with a more focused method in carrying out their duties.
One of the ministries getting more deputy minister is the foreign ministry, who now has 3.
Seperti yang teman-teman dengar kemarin dalam pidatonya Bapak Presiden pada saat pelantikan, sudah cukup jelas arah isu-isu luar negeri yang akan menjadi perhatian oleh beliau. Jadi di situ beliau menegaskan bahwa Indonesia akan tetap menjalankan politik luar negeri bebas aktif. Kita akan berteman dengan semua negara, kita tidak akan mau bermusuhan. Isu-isu seperti Palestina itu akan tetap menjadi prioritas Indonesia, dan tentunya Polugri Indonesia juga akan mendukung target-target pembangunan Indonesia, khususnya terkait dengan pangan, dengan energi, dan lain sebagainya.
So just to add a little bit, this is the largest cabinet since the 1960s with the 56 deputy minister. So on the foreign policy front, Prabowo affirmed that Indonesia's long-standing policy of non-alignment, where the country does not ally itself with major power blocs. So he said we will stand against all colonialism, and we will defend the interests of oppressed people worldwide. And the ministers and their deputies will sleep in tents later on for the kick-off the term of the 3-day retreat at the military academy in Central Java, in Magelang. So they will stay in a tent, and the retreat is aimed on bonding the cabinet and helping members understand Prabowo's vision. And so he will later make his first global appearances at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit happening next month, and at the G20 summit right after.
This retreat, what I've heard is it's going to be quite military themed.
Really?
Yes, but it is only, is it 3 days?
3 days, yeah.
So it's not, it won't be that intense. Well, at least it won't be that long. It might be a little bit intense, but it should be great. And we know that these kind of outbound retreats are great for team building.
That's true.
And we know that we've seen now the list of both the ministers and deputy ministers.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that we talk about a business, that business is only as strong as the management team or managerial team behind it. And I do believe that we have a president and vice president, but they're also going to get stronger if they have a strong cabinet behind them. And I think we certainly have that. Now, one familiar face that we have seen, which was perhaps during the election time on the opposing side, but now has joined on as well to President Prabowo's administration, is Muhaimin Iskandar or Cak Imin, who has taken over as the Community Empowerment Coordinating Minister from Muhajir Effendi, with hopes of turning the ministry into an institution of both social and economic empowerment.
And also the same day, Nusron Wahid took over as Agrarian Affairs Ministers from Agus Yudhoyono.
Muhaimin Iskandar has officially taken the post of Community Empowerment Coordinating Minister, replacing Human Development and Culture Coordinating Minister Muhajir Effendi. He signed the handover document on Monday just after being sworn in by President Prabowo Subianto. In his address, he laid out the task for his ministry and the ministries under it, which include social affairs, MSMEs, and creative economy. He also expressed hopes that the ministry could promote cohesion in social and economic empowerment efforts.
Kementerian Koordinasi Pemberdayaan Masyarakat ini dibuat dalam kerangka kita tahu persis bagaimana peran ekonomi kecil menengah, peran ekonomi kreatif sangat penting dan memiliki kekuatan yang luar biasa. Akan tetapi sinergi pemberdayaan masyarakat belum menyeluruh antara pemberdayaan sosial dengan pemberdayaan ekonominya. Dengan adanya Kemenko Pemberdayaan ini, kita ingin satu kesatuan dalam satu gerakan yang utuh antara pemberdayaan sosial dengan pemberdayaan ekonomi.
On the same day, Nusron Wahid took over as Agrarian Affairs Minister from Agus Yudhoyono. In his remarks, he vowed to eradicate the so-called land mafia and monopolistic practices within the first 100 days. He also pledged to make land ownership more egalitarian.
Pesannya Pak Presiden kepada kami sebelum diangkat jadi menteri, ada 3 yang harus kita amankan dalam rangka mengamankan tanah ini. Yang pertama, penataan ulang model pemberian konsesi lahan-lahan pemerintah dalam bentuk hak guna usaha dengan mengedepankan prinsip-prinsip keadilan, prinsip-prinsip pemerataan, dan yang ketiga adalah prinsip-prinsip keberlanjutan ekonomi.
Nusron also promised to continue existing programs such as providing 120 million land certificates by the end of this year. City Day contributor reporting from Jakarta.
All right, after a quick break, we'll have Paul set to bring us some sports updates. So what do you have for us today, Paul?
Well, you're going to love this one, Tommy. I'm going to cover some tennis updates. So we have some of the latest updates from men's tennis as Alexander Zverev has eased past the first round at the Vienna Open. We also have some women's tennis from the Tokyo Open, where Bianca Andreescu has kind of shaken off her latest bad performances and also moved past the first round, but she will be having a tough test facing Beatriz Haddad-Maia in the second round. We have some upcoming look at the preseason Boston Celtics, where the defending champions will try to repeat. Joe Mazzulla has taken a lot of fire in regards to whether or not his team can become champions once again. So we will preview the defending champion Boston Celtics from the NBA. And in local basketball news, we'll find out who Satria Muda Pertamina has to replace their long-standing captain, who has just recently not signed with their team, Arki Wisnu. All that and more when we return here on the C Morning Show. Stay tuned. Your Tuesday morning sports update is coming up next.
Sini saya pikir, wah ternyata kami bisa merasa nyaman dengan hunian tradisional itu yang tidak perlu AC.
Sebenarnya karena kita di negara tropis gitu ya, maka rumah ini pasti otomatis arsitekturnya juga tropis gitu ya.
Inilah pasangan hidup saya.
Oh ini kan jodohku gitu.
Ya mungkin ya.
A lot of love there, warmth, safety, dignity. That's what I call home.
Tiap hari begini lah, enak tak enak pun dah terlanjur.
Kalau sebut ayong ya, semua kenal. Nanti akan saya buktikan bahwa saya akan bisa lebih dari kamu.
Di Singkawang yang pertama kali lempar mie, itu papa saya.
Dulu resep ini dari nenek. Nenek turun kasih bapak, bapak turun kasih saya. Nanti kan turun kasih anaknya.
Foodies, as Indonesian, we love to eat big breakfast. So, let's find out. I want to know what it's like. This one is special. My God, the sambal is very hot. Whoa. Trust me, you will not only get a taste of food like no other, but also extraordinary experience. Don't go anywhere. Stay on Hungry Hour.
Hello everyone, welcome back again with me, Chef Putri, only at Satisfactory. Now we're gonna put more Parmesan cheese on top. I will be sharing with you guys one of the most easiest recipe for you guys to make at home. This is it, peanut butter seed cake. Only at Satisfactory, cook healthy and cook happy.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Christian Hansen. In this video, we will be exploring I have a new video coming up tonight, so I have to make sure everything is ready, but this has been a great trip.
Happy birthday, Steve, today. Your day be filled with a lot of spectacular things and also spread more goodness to millions of people of the world.
The Alpha generation, or also known as millennial children, is the youngest generation today. The main cause of the outbreak of the Chinese Revolution was disappointment with the Qing Dynasty government.
Introduced in the Meiji period, grilled beef patties known as Hamburg sticks became popular dishes in Japanese cuisine. Best served piping hot with a side of bread, soup kambing is one of those comfort foods that you just can't get enough of.
We try to cook all the parts of any animal we choose to cook with, like pigs, chicken or beef. We use the liver, we use the kidney, we use the brain when we can, we use everything.
Are you soccer fans and want to make cute jersey decorations like this? Don't worry, Life Hacks has tips on how to make these unique jerseys using origami paper. Tips and tricks we show you this time are helpful for you. You can watch the next episode of Life Hacks to get more tips and inspiration for your life. Au revoir, bestie!
Of happiness. It is not something that is sought, but they create it themselves with the simplicity and luxury of the nature that they love.
Hopefully, by watching this show, you don't just see beauty of tourism, but you can also realize that we live side by side with other creators. See you on other episode only on the Travel Note.
Only on the Travel Note.
Because life is
wishing you see today Indonesia 4th anniversary. Expanding horizon, inspiring more. All the best.
Welcome back to the Z Morning Show, everyone. It is 6:30 in the a.m. and time for your first Tuesday morning sports update. And we're going to begin with some tennis news from the men's side, where top-seeded Alexander Zverev easily moved into the second round of the Vienna Open by defeating Austrian wildcard Joel Josef Schwarzler 6-2 and 6-2 on Monday. Zverev did not face a single break point in his maiden Lexus ATP head-to-head clash with the 18-year-old Schwarzler. He won 96% of points behind his first delivery, according to Infosys ATP stats, and generally proved too powerful for his relatively inexperienced opponent. Zverev is currently chasing his second tour-level title of 2024 this week in Austria. And after hitting the 60-win mark for the year, the Rome champion reasserted his desire to finish the season strong. The world number 3 will play the winner of the match between Alex Michelsen and Marcos Giron next. So we mentioned that Zverev reasserted his desire to finish the season strongly. The German is now third in the ATP Live Race to Turin and has already qualified for the season-ending Nitto ATP Finals. Awaiting Zverev in the next round in Vienna will be either next-gen ATP Alex Michelsen or Marcos Giron. He has never lost before the quarterfinals in 3 previous appearances in the Austrian capital, where he lifted the trophy back in 2021. Meanwhile, the in-form next-gen ATP Czech Jakub Mensik joined Zverev in the second round with a comfortable first-round victory of his own at the Wiener Stadthalle. The 19-year-old, who reached his maiden ATP Masters 1000 quarterfinal earlier this month in Shanghai, before falling in 3 sets to Novak Djokovic, prevailed 7-6 and 6-2 against the 6th-seeded Popyrin. Mensik will take on Mariano Navon or Miomir Kecmanovic next in his first indoor ATP Tour event. The Czech is currently 4th in the ATP Live Race to Jeddah as he chases a debut appearance at the next-gen ATP Finals. So let's now shift our attention from the men's side to women's tennis in Tokyo, as Canada's Bianca Vanessa Andreescu defeated qualifier Mei Yamaguchi of Japan in straight sets 7-5 and 6-3 in 1 hour and 38 minutes to reach the second round of the Tokyo Open on Monday. Andreescu found her range on her forehand and drop shot to peg Yamaguchi back to 3-3, then delivered some clutch play to reel off the last 3 games of the first set. However, the home player still forced her to fight hard through a series of service breaks and multi-deuce tussles in the second set. Andreescu will next face number 2 seeded Beatriz Hadid Maya for a 3rd time. The head-to-head is all square at 1 apiece, but Andreescu was the winner of their most recent and only completed match 6-2, 6-4, which was at the 2022 U.S. Open's second round. So, meeting for the first time since the 2022 U.S. Open, Bianca Andreescu and Beatriz Hadid Maya will square off in the round of 16 at the Tokyo Open on Tuesday. Down 3-1 in the opening set of her first match of this tournament, Andreescu reacted exceptionally well, losing just 2 more games in that set. And that enabled the 2019 U.S. Open champion to gain some much-needed momentum and win a WTA match for the first time since July, when she defeated Clara Tauson, only to lose in the round of 32 clash of the Olympic singles draw against Donna Vekic. It has been a difficult few months for the Canadian, who had lost her opening match in 4 straight hardcourt tournaments, including a thrilling 3-set defeat versus Jasmine Paolini at the U.S. Open this past summer. Meanwhile, a quarterfinal appearance at the Ningbo Open should help instill some confidence back in Beatriz Hadid Maya, who had been eliminated in the round of 16 or earlier in her previous 2 WTA events. The Brazilian is seeking her first victory on tour since capturing the Hannah Bank Open on the hardcourt back in September versus Daria Kasatkina. Ranked number 2 at this event, Hadid Maya has not lost her opening match on Asian soil since Jasmine Paolini beat her at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship. Should make for a great second-round matchup. Let's now move on to some basketball updates. Yes, the regular season is kicking off in about 24 hours' time, and we do know the Boston Celtics are NBA champions, and head coach Joe Mazzulla leading them to that crown. And when the season starts on Tuesday night in Boston, where last season ended, the chase for a 19th title begins.